Hello, welcome to this session. We're going to talk about ownership when it comes to the Louisiana Civil Code. Remember, you got two tests you got to take. One's called common law. That's the national portion. The other one's called the state portion and includes the civil code. So we're going to look at a couple of terms when it comes to ownership in the Louisiana Civil Code. My name is John Enzing. I'm a certified real estate instructor, both in Louisiana and Florida. If you need some help, private tutoring to prepare for the exam, that's what I do. That's my specialty. Prepare for the exam, non-credited hours, but just to prepare for the exam, go to privateturingsession.com, privateturingsession.com, and schedule some time with me. Or you can email me, john.enzing@gmail.com. Okay? All right, let's get into this session here. Ownership in the Louisiana Civil Code. It's a very easy concept, unlike the common law. Ownership in Louisiana, you got three terms we're going to look at: Usus, Fructus, and Abusus. Okay. Now, when we talk about ownership, we're talking about rights in immovables. Okay, that's ownership. Now, let's go back to immovables and do a quick review. Remember, in Louisiana, property means things. It could be movable, which is like furniture in a house, or it could be an immovable, permanent, can't move it, like a house. Okay. Now, what is the ownership or interest rights in an immovable in Louisiana? So it's any rights that you get under a usus, fructus, and abusus within the limits of the law. Okay, so what does usus mean? Usus means the right to use a thing and exclude others. Now, I can have usus, fructus, and abusus by owning a house I live in. I get all three. I have full ownership of the house. Okay, I get the right to use it, and I can keep people out. I get fructus, which I can enjoy the fruits of what the property produces, and I'm the abusus, which means I can transfer the property when I sell it. I get all three rights, okay? So I get full ownership of it. However, let's switch and go to a investment property. Investment property you buy, okay? So when you buy this investment property and fix it up and you put it on the market to rent out, you get a tenant called a lessee in Louisiana. So the lessee fills out a lease agreement and they're going to start paying you rent. Well, they can actually have and will have usus rights to that property, and they can actually exclude others from that property. Okay, so they only get usus rights. You, the landlord or the homeowner of the investment property, get fructus rights. In other words, you get to enjoy the fruits of that property or that thing, which is rental income. Okay. So the tenant's going to get usus rights, you get fructus rights, and because you own it, you also get abusus rights, okay, which means you can sell the property at any time. Now, someone can be an abusus by themselves, and we'll discuss that when we get into succession, but if someone is abusus by themselves, they're called the naked owner, which means they only have the right to alienate or transfer it. So they don't have usus or fructus rights, okay? And again, that comes more when we get into succession. If a couple, married couple who owns 50-50 and one of the spouses dies, then a naked owner can come into play where they don't have any rights over the property as far as using it or enjoying the fruits of it. They're just called the naked owner because it was willed to them. And again, that's in another session. So you want to know usus, the right to use it and enjoy it, exclude others. Fructus, the right to enjoy the fruits of it. Abusus is the right to dispose or alienate. If you own property and you live in it, or you may own property and not live in it, but if you own property and you exercise all three ownership rights here, you got full ownership of it. If you own an investment property, for example, and you want to rent it out, you may exercise usus to your lessee who enjoys the property, uses it. You enjoy the fruits of it, which is fructus. You're collecting income, rental income, and you have abusus, which means you can sell it. Okay, so they all three work together and or can be separate interchangeably. Okay. All right, listen, I hope you enjoyed this session. You got to know those three terms: usus, fructus, and abusus for the state exam. Again, if you need some private tutoring, privateturingsession.com. Just log on to privateturingsession.com. Let's book an appointment. Listen, good luck in your career. If you need help, hope to see you. Bye-bye now.